Hey, what's up guys? Kai here, and welcome to a rather unfortunate episode of Let's Play Valkyrie Profile 2, Silmeria. It's unfortunate because one of the worst possible things that could ever happen when playing RPGs happened to me yesterday when I was doing some off-camera test runs and item farming. And basically what happened is, at the end of the day, I accidentally saved over my main file with one of my backup files. So I debated what I should do for a little bit, and I realized that it took a lot longer than 20 or 30 minutes to get all of the Ether Crowns that I wanted to get. So I thought, you know what, let's just redo the episode using my new approach to the 5th floor, and we'll be good to go. It's really not a big deal at all because we're still going to be wrapping up this dungeon in the next episode anyway. So if you weren't able to catch this episode yesterday, before going down to the 5th floor, there is one final order of business to attend to here on the 4th floor, and by doing this, it will make future trips down here much less time consuming. One thing I did do off screen also is I went ahead and placed the Rust Wrath Seal Stone on the dais here, because its effect will also carry over to the next floor. And I went back to the lobby and picked up the Elusive Air Law Stone, because we're going to need that in order to solve a puzzle today. So back here at this blank mirror, we want to check it out. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most badass of them all? Answer, Freya, of course. So activating this mirror doesn't have any immediate effect on our party, but it also activates the blank mirror back on the 1st floor of the dungeon, which we can now use as a teleporter directly here. It would be nice if every floor had a portal like this, or if the dungeon had some kind of elevator, but oh well, this is still pretty convenient. And now, I'll just meet you back at the entrance. Okay, let's begin with some good old-fashioned puzzle solving and platforming. I want to get those out of the way first because I feel like they're some of the hardest in the entire game. Or maybe it's just me. I mean, yeah, I can do platforming, but that doesn't exactly mean I'm very good at it. Alright, made it. That jump is deceitfully challenging. Alright, over here to the left. We have Monster in a Box and Smashing Shot, new attack for Archer Einherjar that is also a knockback. Okay, room to the right is empty, so don't worry about it. Just when you fall down here, make sure you hold right. Aha! So that way you can get a Goddess Tincture, alright. And now when we fall, we want to hold left to land on this guy. Now this puzzle is a little tricky because you only get 2 air jumps. So what you want to do is freeze the enemy to the left and then swap places with him as you jump over there. Okay, once you do this, you want to freeze this upper enemy at the highest point possible. So you want to jump up, and right at the peak of your jump, you want to fire a photon downwards. Do it again, and you should be high enough to reach Codebreak, new attack for Lenneth. Wow, I made that look a lot easier than it really is. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go back to the lobby, get my seal stones set up for the enemies on this floor and the boss fight, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, we're back, so let's take a quick look at my party setup. A few changes since last time. Notably, I did a little bit of level grinding for Freya, or a lot of level grinding, depending how you want to look at it. And I got her up to level 99, which doesn't take nearly as long as you might think it does. I just put her in a party together with Silmeria and killed a bunch of hamsters. It went by very quickly. But I am going to be going with a traditional Valkyrie Profile 1 party for a little bit here, and I want to show off Freya. So, got her set up with 3 power bangles and a bone mask. For skills, we don't need all of this, that's overkill. Let's go with triple edge and double edge, just for fun. And for attacks, let's showcase Flank Attack, Victory Sword, and Crimson Strike. Oh, by the way, code break for Lenneth. A blow that severs the soul from its flesh. That sounds pretty brutal. And it is. It's actually an instant death attack. But let's go over here first, where we have more Kobold Theatrics waiting for us. No, I don't think Alicia looks like a dog. Oh, game. Come on, Rufus. Are you just gonna sit there and let them talk to your woman like that? Defend her honor. Alright, it's boss time against the dog Valkyries. The only one you have to watch out for is Lenneth, because she can use Invoke Feather. But like I said earlier, let's show off some of Freya's abilities. Freya is basically the monk of the game. She has a lot of martial arts, and she deals a lot of really good physical damage. Let's see if we can get to the back. Not quite. Well, luckily for us, the Kobold battles are just jokes anyways. We really have nothing to worry about. Or you can freeze Lenneth, that works too.
Here I come! Here I come!
Yeah, check that out. She has a roundhouse kick to the back of the head, which is also a launcher. She has Victory Sword, which is one of the best air juggles in the game. And she has a freaking Kamehameha wave. I mean, how cool is that? How do you top that? Well, her Soul Crush is a fucking Spirit Bomb, so that's a good start. But yeah, Freya is just so much fun to play with.
Here I come! Here I come!
And there's Dead End. It's Arngrim's special attack that we picked up earlier. Aww, is he crying? You know, I always thought he was drooling, or that maybe my graphics were just glitching out here, but I'm told that Lord of the Undead is actually crying here. And I know it's a little hard to see, but, well, there you go. Okay, that was a nice little demonstration for Freya, but let's show off some of her other attacks. Let's go with Mobius Slide, which isn't really a slide at all. Then we'll go with Crisis Point. And finally, yeah, we'll do Mystic Chain, why not? Gotta save the ham. It'll be a tragedy if we let that one go. Oh, hey, how's it going? Nice of you to drop in like that. Aw, yeah, there we go. Now we're talking. Hey, it works for Alicia and Silmeria throughout the whole game. Thunder thighs? Well, I wouldn't say all men are leg men. You got ass men, breast men, men who don't care. But anyways, it's time to take on Lord of the Undead. But let's save him for last. Let's go for Arngrim first. One of the other nice things about Freya's attacks is that you can early cancel all of them and chain together some pretty sweet combos. Is she breakdancing?
Dark Savior.
Die!
Oh, yet another thing about Freya that's pretty sweet is she also has a multitude of projectile attacks, which would benefit from the Stone Hurler Wrath Seal Stone. So you can do that to increase her damage as well.
Here I come! Prepare to be terrified!
Alright, Lord of the Undead. You know, funny story, up until the other day, I never knew what the purpose of that ham was. Like, is it a weapon? Is he just holding it for a prop, or what? Because I never let myself get attacked by him. But, yeah, it's actually his weapon. Even though he just tries to poke you with the bone instead of trying to beat you with it like a hammer, it still works, I suppose. I mean, it's a blunt type weapon. You would think you'd want to try to bludgeon somebody with it. But yeah, he actually uses that meat as a weapon.
Dark Savior.
Oh yeah, reflect sorcery. Maybe I should pay attention.
Prepare to be terrified!
And she dies. Yeah, that is another thing you gotta watch out for with Freya, is her teleport spells. While they look cool, it can be a little risky. Yep, you're on your own this time, Brahms. Or Lord of the Undead, sorry. You know, he's the only kobold that doesn't have a name. He just goes by his title. Poor guy. Not even important enough to get a name. Oh well. Alright, there's one more kobold battle that we're going to save until next time. But for right now, let's go to the right. Uh-oh, we got a dragon to take care of. Alright, so for this one, I want to change up my party ever so slightly. I'm going to be going with Lenneth and Hrist. And that's really all we need for this one. For skills, make sure Lenneth has free item. And I need to get my power bangles off of Freya and give them to Hrist. You know what, we'll try to go with Lucky Sevens, although sometimes I do take a hit, but more importantly, gave her the Great Spear Dinosaur, and I gave her the Tiara of the Holy Empress, which I crafted off-screen in between episodes back in Villnore. If you've been playing along, you should already have all of the materials that you need because they are pretty common. The only one that might be hard to get is the Evil Eye Gem, but a really good way to get those is to set up Freya with Lucky Sevens, go back to the last area of the final dungeon and fight those dryads, and then just use her Crisis Point attack, and not only will you always get an Evil Eye Gem when you kill a dryad, but you will always also get Helgi's Sword, which if you remember is the best weapon to give light warriors when releasing them. It's a good way to kill two birds with one stone. And the reason I wanted the Tiara here is because it has 50% resistance to holy elemental attacks, and combined with the Mithril Plate, she is now completely immune to holy elemental attacks, which means we don't have to worry about two of these dragons' moves. For skills, gave her Dragon Slayer, Giant Killer, and Fist of Iron. And the reason you want Great Spear Dinosaur is for the innate Descaling Might ability. For attacks, going to be going with Armor Break and only Armor Break. So, let's take on the Mericidian Nightmare himself.
No mercy!
Bahamut, King of Dragons. Or is he? Yeah, traditionally, he's a dragon in like Final Fantasy games and Dungeons and Dragons, but originally, Bahamut comes from, I believe it's Arabic mythology, if I'm not mistaken, and he's actually like a ginormous fish. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm more familiar with Greek and Norse mythology, not so much Arabic. But what we want to do here is get a Might Potion on Hrist, and then get right up in his face and just spam Armor Break.
Now die!
You should always hit the horn. If you hit a wing like that, you just want to stop attacking, because that means you got a little bit too close. You just want to back up and try again. There we go, get the Magic Dragon Horn. Now whether or not you get the item when you break the horn, you just want to run away from the battle here. This is also Holy Elemental, so nothing to worry about. That move also silences your characters. But yeah, this is a method I like to use for farming those Magic Dragon Horns. It's very quick, very easy, and you don't even need Lucky 7s because I believe they have a 40% drop rate, which isn't all that bad. So what those do, it's a really good item. Increases your attack and defense by 30%, and more importantly, it comes with innate God Destroyer. So you can use these to free up some CP when taking on some of the bosses here in the Seraphic Gate. And as you can see, I've already taken the time off screen to farm a bunch of these. Okay, now that we're done with Hrist, I want to get Dylan in the party here. I like to have him up here in this position. And he too is also already set up for this fight. Gave him Bahamut tier for the innate Dragon Killer ability, Conqueror's Armor, 4 Magic Dragon Horns, don't even need Lucky 7s. For skills, going with Descaling Might, Giant Killer, Solitary Struggle. And for attacks, we're going to go with Full Swing and Absolute Strike. And I need to get some dead party members in here for Solitary Struggle. There we go.
Yeah! Those who dare threaten the world shall die by my hand.
Okay, so just like last time, I want to start out by buffing my main damage dealer here. And what we're actually looking to do is get Dylan off to the side here, and then let my decoy character, Lenneth, take the first hit. Hopefully he'll use his charge attack. Yes, perfect. Because now Dylan is in position to just dash in from behind and wreck some face. So the item I want to get actually comes from the base of the tail. And we didn't get it, but that's okay. Let's just kill this guy, shall we? Oh, ooh, we got 2 of them, wow. So yeah, Bahamut is the source of infinite admirations. Every time you kill him, you have a 15% chance to get one to drop, and if you get a direct assault, just like all of the other rare bosses in this dungeon, you get the item guaranteed. And again, those are the best armor in the game to give light warriors for releasing, and I already took the time off screen to farm all of those that I need. So there you go. The item you get from the base of his tail is the Dragon Lord's Nerves. I talked about this earlier, I believe. It increases your attack by 10%, and it doubles the damage of critical hits. Unfortunately, if you don't kill the enemy, your character takes that damage instead. And we're at the point in the game now where this becomes more viable if you're trying to one-shot bosses. Oh, I almost forgot. For defeating Bahamut, we get access to a Goddess Tincture and the Demon Sword Levantine. Is it nearly as broken as it was in Star Ocean 2? Let's find out. It's a new light sword for, well, light warriors. It has 500 attack power, 1000 magic power, and is fire elemental. What makes it special is that the elemental modifier is 1.0, which is pretty good. And it also has the innate ability of increasing all of your stats by 50% when your character's current HP is below 20% of their maximum, so it's a really powerful weapon, especially with elemental setups. Okay, now we're going to rearrange my party one last time for the final enemy that I want to show you guys here. What am I doing? Need to get Freya in here, and Hrist. Okay, that should work. I want to get her back on Succession Slide. And now I'm going to take a quick second to get my party set up, and I will just meet you back here in a few seconds. Okay guys, we're back, and I took care of that stalker off screen because they don't drop anything I care about. So let's come over here, and real quick, before fighting this guy, you want to make sure everybody in your party has Ghostbuster and Magician Slayer. If you can afford Unholy Purifier, so much the better. Free item on Lenneth, as always. Same setup as Freya for Dylan here. And Hrist, oh, she needs Ghostbuster. The thing about Ghostbuster is the enemy we're looking for is technically considered a ghost. And without that, you won't be able to deal any damage to them. And this is not the enemies, of course. But we do have some new enemies here. Norn, to the right there, is a Dryad. Like all other Dryads, they use Prismatic Missile and some close-range physical attacks that are nothing to worry about. They deal moderate damage. And we have Ghost in the Mirror. Ghost in the Shell? No. But these guys are very easy. So Norns actually, they're a little interesting. They have a long-range attack that deals a very random amount of damage. I've seen it deal anywhere from 0 damage to upwards of 20k. And I don't know how that damage is determined or calculated or whatever, but it is something to be wary of. Oh, and if you direct assault Norns, you do get spirit tinctures, so that's pretty nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just fight these guys over and over and over again until I get the rare enemies on screen, so be right back. Ah, here we are, Walther and Gyne. This only took 17 tries before running into them, but yes, these enemies are the ones I was looking for, and this fight can be a real pain in the ass, because Walther can use Invoke Feather, and Gyne over here can use Heal. Thankfully, just like the last time we fought them, however, Gyne is very susceptible to being silenced, so you can definitely exploit that to your advantage. But what I want to do is use a Might Potion on Dylan, because he's really going to be my main source of damage in this fight. Okay, perfect. Now let's go after Walther first, and get behind him if we can.
Prepare to be purified!
Ooh, we got an Ether Crown. Very nice. Those only have a 15% chance of dropping, and what you'll notice is that neither Gyne or Walther are leaders, so that means no direct assault here. Yeah, if you want to get Ether Crowns, be prepared to be doing this for a while, because they are not very common. But that attack I used with Freya is Heavenly Punishment. It takes 42 AP to execute, but it's a guaranteed Soul Crush. Basically, it's 14 hit combo, increasing your heat gauge by 10 per hit. It's really cool. It's also really flashy. It's basically just a flurry of hits, or a martial dance, or whatever you want to call it.
Here I come!
Check it. Oh, I missed. Okay, don't check it out.
Damn you monsters! Damn you monsters!
He's probably gonna heal himself. Yeah. Oh well, I got too excited, showing off Freya's Chun-Li's Lightning Legs attack. You know what? He's not even gonna live. Let's not bother silencing him.
you monsters!
And a flash kick at the end? Man, so cool.
What a lamentable waste of time.
I like how she just sits in the air and floats like a total badass. And level up for Lenneth, alright. Well, there you go, guys. That's how you get Ether Crowns, and that's everything I want to do on this floor, so when we come back next time, I will just meet you back on the second floor of the dungeon, because I want to make a few final preparations. But can we triumph over the Seraphic Gate, or are we going to find ourselves kneeling before the Queen? You guys will just have to wait until next time to find out. But until then, as always guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Kai, and I'll see you then.